Hoppin Mad.
Hoppin Mad.
Pay attention and try to catch the ball. If you hit stones or walls, you'll bounce off.
Yeah, if I hit stones or walls, I bounce off.
I don't know why this game is called Hoppin Mad, because you don't hop. You swim. It controls very awkwardly. So it basically kind of has tank controls. Left and right turn you, either clockwise or counterclockwise. And you press A to dash forward. And as they say, if you hit the walls or a rock, you'll bounce off of it and wind up, facing a different direction. And you need to go and swim to grab this pellet that magically turns you back from a frog into a prince.
Maybe it's a gold coin because you're a prop. There's gotta be some kind of fairy tale this is based on.
The thing that confuses me is that a giant frog or a tiny prince?
Yes.
Because the prince is the same size as the frog, so...
Is gonna be a tiny prince.
Anyway, this game gets really hard to control at speed.
It's a petite prince. Big.
Anyway, that's the game.
Okay. I think we've covered all we can possibly know about canon.
Yeah, again, there is... These characters in particular, there is very, very little known about them. There's very little shown about them in the game.
And that's possibly because, as it turns out, they're kindergartners, and they haven't developed fully as people!
I mean, they certainly have a vivid imagination.
That's true. They imagined you.
Worm Squirm. Help get the worm into the water. Wiggle to see yourself, then squirm for it. So here, you are one of the worms on the screen. You don't know which. You need to push the D-pad directions to move your worm into the water. So, the worms will kind of wiggle around back and forth and kind of shake a bit, but only one of them will actually move the way that you are controlling it. Only one of them is actually the one you control. So you kind of need to, judge what one you are, pay attention to see what one is actually moving according to the directions you're pressing. And then use that to know what direction you need to go to get into the little footprint puddle. Difficulty level is number of worms on screen. Higher difficulty has more worms, so it's harder to see what's going on.
They also squirm more?
No, I think they squirm the same amount. It's just the quantity of worms. Okay, no, yeah, they do squirm more. Yeah, okay. Yeah, on higher difficulties, the worms do, the non-controlled worms move around a lot more. As well as there being more of them.
Commence the jiggling.
That's the game.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of the characters in this game, this game it introduces so much, but not much about any of those things. Yeah, the only characters that we really got much out of were Jimmy and Mona, because they had more explicitly defined ties with Wario.
And I guess similar to, or possibly similar to Mario Brothers 3, which had that sort of framing of a stage play, though we took it as very literal.
No, we discussed the interpretation that can take it as very literally, but I've never bought into that interpretation of any of the Mario games as being stage plays, except for Mario Party 2, which was a propaganda stage play built around propaganda worlds.
Yes. Like, when you introduce the idea that what you are seeing in the game is itself a production presented to other characters in the game. You enter into this liminal space where things may or may not be, in narrative, real.
Yeah, it's... As an academic historian of the mushroom world, it's very difficult to separate the legends and the lore from the real events that have happened.
Exactly.
Next game, kitty cover. The kitty doesn't want to get wet. Keep the umbrella over the poor lost little thing.
Aww.
And there's a kitty.
Use your psychic powers to keep the kitty dry.
Yes, with your floating umbrella. You use left and right to move the umbrella left and right. On level 1, you have the large umbrella. On level 2, you have a smaller umbrella. On level 3, the rain is diagonal.
It's raining sideways.
And also your umbrella's small, the size of the level 2. The cat will move randomly, so it can be a bit tricky, like sometimes it'll just turn around unexpectedly. But, oh, poor kitty. That's the game.
Yep.
Don't let the kitty get wet. For, you know, a few seconds, after which it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Yeah, so what else is there to get into?
Do we have any more characters after this? I don't think so.
The only... So this is the second to last set of microgames. After this, it's Wario's set. So we're basically done with lore for this game. We've gone as far as we possibly can with what little has been provided to us in this game story. I am really looking forward to seeing more.